I am more or less ready. Fine. Greetings. My name's Sam. I'm quite disorganised. I have brought my crutch. My wife Sarah, pictured here, is lazy, although she says she's lazy in a very strategic way. We have very different approaches to dealing with our domestic lives. My approach, I'm a software person, all my stuff's digital. She's a nurse. Everything goes in little paper notebooks. One day we had the conversation, shall we get a massive whiteboard and stick it up in the kitchen? To which my response was, yes, of course, we should do it immediately. Let's get one. Let's get it ordered. So we did. There's a certain movement within software towards using physical task boards as opposed to digital project management tools. These are often the most successful and well-managed projects that I've worked on. Why is this? Firstly, there is one source of truth, one place to see exactly what work is in progress, what's just been completed, and what's next to be done. Everyone can see the current state of work. It's in your face, it's right there. And it fosters discussion. We talk about it, we have our meetings every morning, we all know what's going on, what's next, what's done, and where the problems are, and so we can communicate about them. Meanwhile, over in the NHS, every ward has a whiteboard. That is how they know which patients are which, what is wrong with them, and if they didn't do that and the staff on those wards didn't know that, people would die. So, back home, we have our whiteboard. Let's install some apps on it already. Our first app was messaging, so that we can tell each other how much we love each other, because that's really important. The second app, he says, nearly falling off the side of the stage, is lists. So we've got a shopping list, we've got a list of things that we should do eventually, and we can of course spool up extra lists as we need them for complicated weekends or whatever. But the killer app for our whiteboard is calendaring. We have rows for days of the week, 3 columns for the upcoming 3 weeks, and this has worked pretty well, really. He says shifting pages. If it's on the board, it happens. If it's not on the board, it doesn't. It has solved so many arguments in our house. And we develop new uses for the board on a regular basis. So diagrams, graphs, and weird tick boxes appear on the calendar on a regular basis, like if we've got to take pills or something. And we get very excited when we get new pens. We have 3 main kinds of board meeting, as we call them. Breakfast, we have a quick scan of what's on the board for today. Followed by we often check the shopping list and things. Then on a Sunday night we have a columns meeting, as we call it, where we shift everything on the calendar 1 column to the left. This is also kind of our sprint planning. This is where we talk about what we have lined up for the week, things that we want to achieve, that kind of stuff. And then once a month we do money. We add up the things that we've spent that weren't on the joint account, and we settle up and we make sure that we're kind of all right. But that's also the chance to kind of, make sure that we can look back at what we've done. There is a bit of a problem with this, though. Physical boards have this problem. If I'm in the shop, what's on the shopping list? I don't know. We were working around that by sending each other texts with pictures, but we thought we'd make something a thing in the IoT sense of thing, out of a Raspberry Pi and an old takeaway container, which produces live pictures of our board on our phones. So this is my phone. We can see exactly what is on the board. We can also see the salt and pepper, and you can pinch and zoom. There was a problem with it though, which is that it was so live that if the lights were out, we wouldn't be able to see much. So this has become a great excuse for me to dig out a bit of computer vision and both check whether the light levels are all right, but also find features on the board, optimize it, and make it absolutely grand. The point is that we're constantly evolving our high-tech, low-tech domestic scenario. We don't know what's next. I'm thinking I might get a robot arm. Thank you.